The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Yes, 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 it is Dragon Age Origins, the first in the Dragon Age series. I'll be playing through this game. I decided I wanted to go and play through this game, getting prepped for the release of Dragon Age Inquisition, which is coming out about a month from the point in which I'm recording this. And I was playing through this game, I got about an hour in, and I figured, you know what? Why don't I fire up Bandicam and make some episodes out of this crap? So that's what I decided to do. Now we've reached the character select screen. The character generation, rather. I'm going to be playing as, I'll go a male, human, knight here, and a noble. Warrior, that's the word apparently.
Greetings.
Oh my god, that face is terrible. Ah, oh, okay. Get rid of that stash. And that stubble, he looks stupid. Oh, that nose is gigantic. Good enough. It's got kind of a Bruce Campbell look to him. Definitely a Bruce Campbell look. There we go, my name is Bruce. Now, as a warrior, I have to, or pretty much any class, you have to pay attention to where you're going to add your attribute points. Warriors are very based like heavily on strength. The more strength, the better. So I'm going to put 2 strengths there. Dexterity is pretty important, not as important as for like a rogue, but I'll put a point there. Constitution's important, health and all that, and willpower I think is important as well because more stamina. But I'm not really terribly worried about that in the early points of the game, so I'll add more points to willpower later. I'm gonna go with cunning. Oh, you know what? No. I'm going to add another to strength. Get a lot more power going into this in the early game. We also have some skill points to go with. I'm going to go with coercion. It's good for dialogue choices and all that kind of stuff. And we have 2 points to spend in talents. These passive skills, I'm going to be choosing the passive skills at first because I don't want to really be relying too much on a lot of the active skills in the early parts of the game. And I'll be selecting normal difficulty. Now I'm going to bring up a few things about this playthrough that I'm going to be doing, making clear. The game here, it has a little bit of an unusual side to it, which makes it not particularly good for an LP like this, or like how I typically do it, where I will just let the game play out and then I'll provide my audio commentary. For one thing, the main character that you pick, the warden here, doesn't actually speak any of his lines. The rest of the game is voice acted. But your main character, although is not technically a mute protagonist because he does have lines of dialogue, it's always something that you choose and there is no voice actor portraying them, requiring any viewer of this series to have to go and read through what's being said. I've decided I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to speak the lines of dialogue that I choose for the main character to say. Now, I'm not a voice actor. I'm not good with that, so I apologize in advance if I kind of stink up the joint. But that's what I'm going to go with. Also, I'm going to be editing down these episodes quite a bit more, because there's a lot of unnecessary conversation I'm going to get into, a lot of long, drawn-out battles that I don't want to really get involved with, or I don't want to put on this. So I'll edit this stuff down. But once I click OK, it'll bring the end of this episode and the start of the next one. And we'll get started with that as soon as I am ready. But this will be pretty much the end of this episode. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the series that is to come.